So in this video, I'd like to give you an overview of how to manage sliders. Sliders are quite a common feature on the website, and they're usually a large image across the top of a website that have an impact. There's probably 3, 4, 5 images that are there, and most of these images are clickable, and sometimes they have a text overlaid on them. Think of them as your shop window. They are the first thing that really catches people's attention, and normally you would update them, every few weeks or so, just to change your shop windows. So that's the purpose of the slider. So in my case, I'm going to show you how to use the Avada slider, and let's jump into the back end for where the slider is set up. So if we go to dashboard and we go to Avada and we go to sliders, I've already got a slider set up and it's called home. So just to give you an overview, the slider is like the frame into which the slides go. So if we click on the slider, this will show you some of the parameters that are set up. So the slider is 100% wide, and on a modern website, that's 1900 pixels, 1900 pixels wide. And I've made this slider 600 high. They are different on all websites. They might be 400 pixels, 500 pixels, 600. It really depends on the design layout. This slider as well is, I can switch it on so that it will loop. So the pictures will loop around indefinitely, and they're ordered by date. So the most recent slide added in will be first, and so on. So they're normally set up once by the designer, but you can go in and change the slide settings if you want to. To change the individual slides, you go up to sliders here, and you click on slides. I think there's 3 or 4 slides. Yeah, there's 3 loaded on this site. And if I click on the slide name, it'll bring me into the individual slide, and I can see what I can change there. So the most important factor is the image, the featured image that's on the right hand side. At the minute, I've got a featured image of a website that's here. If I want to update that slide and change it, I just remove the featured image. I go and set another featured image, and I pick a different slide that I might have already uploaded, or I can upload a different one via, I can go to the computer and I can grab the slide like this. It will upload that slide. I can give the slide a name if I want to, that's optional. And then that slide will appear here on the right hand side. One important thing is, in order for that slide to appear in the slider, you must tick it. So I had a slider called home, and I'm basically telling the system, put that slide into a slider that's called home. I can also overlay some text. So I can put some Merry Christmas in here if I wanted to, and that'll appear really large. And then below here, I can put in, and a Happy New Year. And once that's put in, you will have essentially 2 sections there. The last piece down the bottom is that I can put a link within that slider to a section on my website. So I might want people to go to the About Us page once I add all that in. But that's how it's done. You go in, you edit the individual slide. The most important thing is to change the featured image over here, update that image, and wait for it to load. And then it's optional whether you change this text or not. You may or may not want to do that. You do not have to change any other parameters in this slide. And then all you do is hit update, and the slide will be updated. That's all.